Hello friends, this is Karen. I wanted to share with you today what I am planning or working on for the Lenten season of 2018. And before I show you what I'm doing this year, I thought I'd just do a quick overview of what I have done in years past. And I did make another video that goes a little bit more into detail on these books, and so I will link that next to this one. But these are a couple different things. Now during Lent, if you observe Lent, it's the 40 days or so before Easter, and it is traditionally a time of reflection as you move closer and closer to Easter. And some people discipline themselves to give something up for Lent. And the way I look at Lent is I want to discipline myself by adding a daily routine that keeps me in the Word. And that's what I've done with these notebooks. So it's my own spiritual discipline to either follow some kind of Bible reading plan or devotional, or even I've done a word of the day for Lent, and then make sure that I spend some time in the Word. And being the creative learner that I am, I always do that in the form of a journal. So this is a simple spiral notebook that I had picked up at probably a discount store, and I used that to journal each day in Lent. So that was 2015, so you can use a plain old journal. This one, and I do have another video that shows it in more detail, this was a hymnal that I basically removed the insides and then added these larger books that I made from scrapbook paper and other kinds of scraps and things like that, and that is what I used for journaling in 2016. I like this one a lot. This one I used last year. It's a nice leather case or carrier. Here we go. Put it the right way. And this one again, I used scrapbook paper and created some smaller journals inserts for this, and I followed a devotional and journaled each day during Lent also. This year I am doing something pretty similar. The devotional that I'm using is a free devotional available by Lutheran Hour Ministries, and I will link that as well. But I printed them out. I actually made them a bit smaller before I printed them out so that they would fit in a traveler size notebook. And this is a very simple holder. It holds several notebooks, and I actually made my own inserts. And I did that very simply. I used one piece of scrapbook paper, and then I used some copy paper. And I did use a little bit heavier than normal copy paper just so I could do some art on it. So I put about 8 to 10 pages together, and I ran it through my sewing machine. So I wasn't sure if my sewing machine would be able to handle it, but it did. Thank you very much. And so I made like 3 inserts, and I think that will be enough to carry me through the 40, or actually ends up being like 46 days of Lent. And I hope to be journaling every day, but you know how things go sometimes. I like the Traveler's Notebook size. It's very doable. I also like to, every once in a while, change things up a little bit. So instead of journaling daily in my Bible, I'll journal in the notebook instead. And here you can see this was Ash Wednesday, and what I'm doing is I'm cutting the printed devotional and adding it to the page, and then I'm journaling around it. This is acrylic paint, in case you're wondering, and I used I applied it with Q-tips to get that kind of mottled look. This is today, February 15th, and again you can see how I added the devotional and then journaled around in next to it. So that is my plan for Lent. This would be tomorrow, so I will add that somewhere on the page and journal around it. Of course, I am using scripture. I'm using my Bible alongside to get into the Word, and then this is for my reflection and processing. So I hope that if you are an observer of Lent, that you will find an easy way, a way that is effective for you to be daily in the Word, and you will never go wrong by doing that. And really, these 40 days leading up to Lent, when you are disciplining yourself to be in the Word, so much richness is brought out, and you will see that when you come close to Easter morning, that you are going to be just celebrating that with renewed freshness for God and His Word and what Jesus does for us. So that's what I'm doing this Lent. If you have any questions, please let me know and follow along with me on Instagram and my Facebook page so that you'll see me what I'm working on each day. May you be blessed during this Lent. Thank you for watching.